The stars were quiet. Captain Vareth stood at the front of the alien ship Valari, staring at the strange blue and gray planet below. It was marked as dead in the galactic records. No life, no activity, just rocks and ruins. But now, the planet was sending signals, faint, broken, but real. "This world was empty for 1,000 years, said First Officer Kell. "We scanned it before. Nothing, not even bugs." "Then why is it speaking now?" Captain Vareth asked. The crew looked nervous. Everyone had heard old stories, tales of lost human colonies, ghost weapons, machines that never stopped fighting. But those were just myths, weren't they? The ship landed in a wide, empty valley. Ash floated in the air like snow. Cracked buildings reached toward the sky. Some were melted, others crushed. The land was silent, but it smelled of fire and metal. 10 soldiers stepped out with scanners and weapons ready. One soldier, Lura, bent down and touched the ground. "It's warm," she said. Kell frowned. "Warm? This place gets no sunlight." "That's impossible." They walked further into the ruins. Broken tanks lay half buried in sand. Their design didn't match any known alien tech. Strange symbols marked the sides, curved letters in old Earth script. Rust covered them, but one word was still clear: Earth. Kell stepped back. "That's human writing. But Earth is gone. Destroyed in the galactic purge." "Maybe not," Vreth said quietly. Suddenly a deep rumble shook the ground. The sky darkened. Everyone raised their weapons, but it was only the wind, or was it? Something moved in the distance. "Did you see that?" Lura shouted. "It looked like a person." The crew ran to where she pointed. Nothing, just shadows and smoke. They moved carefully. Then they found it. A large metal door, half open. Inside, stairs led deep underground. Lights flickered. A symbol glowed on the wall, blue and white, a round planet. A spear through it. The old Earth military emblem. "This is human," Vreth whispered. "And it's still powered." They entered. The air was dry and cold. The walls were thick metal, stronger than anything Kell had seen. In one room, they found old machines. Some were broken. Others still worked, blinking with red lights. Then they saw it. A helmet, human-sized, half buried in dust. Vreth picked it up. The moment his hand touched it, the helmet sparked and spoke. "Test Phase 47. Initiated. Stand by for Earth Command." The voice was human, cold, robotic, female. Everyone froze. "No one should be alive here," Lura said. "This planet was declared uninhabitable. This can't be real." "But it is," Kell replied. "And that means Earth lied, or someone erased the truth." They moved deeper. Each step brought more questions. There were weapons in storage rooms, guns too advanced for their time, drones with Earth symbols, training maps showing alien planets, files labeled target profiles, and every room had bullet holes, burn marks, as if something terrible had happened here. Vreth touched a screen. A video began to play. The footage was old, grainy. A man in black armor stood before a group of soldiers. "This is Earth's last hope," he said. "This planet will become our testing ground. Let them think we are dead. We will learn, we will grow, and one day, we return." The screen went black. Kell felt cold. "So this planet, it was made for war?" "Not just war," Vareth said. "Training, evolution. Earth created a place to build the perfect army." Suddenly a sound echoed through the halls. Clang, clang, footsteps, not theirs. Something was moving in the dark. The soldiers raised their weapons. Lights flashed. Scanners beeped but showed nothing. "Who's there?" Kell shouted. No answer. Then, from the shadows, a shape appeared. It was tall, humanoid, wrapped in armor. No face, no sound, just staring. Then, it turned and vanished. The crew chased after it, but found only empty halls. "What was that?" Lura asked. Vreth looked at the walls. "This place isn't abandoned," he said. It's watching us, testing us. Outside, the sky changed color. A storm was forming, unnatural and fast. The ground vibrated again. But this time, it wasn't wind. Beneath their feet, something massive began to wake up. The lights flickered. The helmet Vereth held whispered one more line before shutting down. Test complete. New subjects detected. Begin combat trial. And then the doors behind them slammed shut. The metal doors slammed shut behind them. Darkness swallowed the hallway. The only sound was the hum of power running deep below the surface. Captain Vereth raised his hand torch. "Stay close," he ordered. "No one moves alone." The alien crew stepped carefully, weapons drawn, eyes wide. A red emergency light flickered above them. Suddenly, a screen lit up on the wall beside them. By itself, a countdown started. 29. 28. "What is this?" First Officer Kell asked, his voice tight. "A timer," Vereth said. "For what?" Then the voice returned. "Cold, robotic, human. Simulation restart in 20 seconds. All test subjects, please proceed to combat arena." "No. No way," Lura whispered. "We're not test subjects. We're explorers." But the planet didn't care. The ground shook. Panels slid open in the floor. Drones with blinking red eyes rose up silently and hovered in a circle around them. They did not attack. They simply watched. The countdown hit 0. Simulation, Phase 1. Urban warfare. Difficulty, Earth standard. Beginning. The hallway walls began to shift, literally move. Tiles flipped. Metal cracked. The corridor reshaped into a ruined street. Tall buildings rose around them. Fires appeared in windows. They were no longer inside a base. They were in the middle of a war zone. Kell stepped forward, and gunfire blasted past his head. "Get down," he shouted. Figures appeared from the smoke. Ghostly soldiers in old human armor, faces covered, weapons glowing. "They're holograms," Lura cried. "No," Vereth said. "They're not." One of the alien soldiers fired back, and the bullet passed straight through the figure. But the hologram soldier returned fire, and Kell's shoulder armor exploded. He dropped to the ground, yelling in pain. "It's not just a show," Vereth said. "These ghosts, they can hurt us." They ran for cover. The drones above didn't help or interfere. They simply watched and recorded. The crew ducked into a destroyed building. Inside, an old console blinked weakly in one corner. Lura rushed to it. "This system, it's human. I think I can open files." The screen flickered, then played a video. An old human scientist appeared. Her face was tired, blood on her coat. "If you're seeing this, then the test has been activated again. This planet is Earth's last gift and curse." The video glitched, then continued. "This world was built to train the next generation of soldiers, ones who would never forget war. We made weapons smarter than humans, simulations more real than life, and then we lost control." Lura stared at the screen. "She said they lost control?" Kell winced from pain. "So the planet, it's running the tests by itself?" "No," Vereth said slowly. "Something else is in charge now." The screen changed. A final log appeared. A countdown. Final phase, locked, awaiting command code. Before they could understand it, the building shook. Something massive was coming. Tank rolled down the street outside, big black, with a glowing Earth symbol, no driver. Its gun slowly turned toward them. The crew ran. Outside, explosions rocked the city. The test had no pause, no escape. It kept changing, growing harder. A drone flew beside Vereth's face. It scanned him, beeped, and said, "Subject, DNA non-human, difficulty increased, level 2 initiated." "Wait, what?" "It's adjusting to us," Vereth shouted. Lura screamed, "We need to end this. There has to be a way." Suddenly, the voice returned, calm, cruel, confident. "To end the test, pass or die. No other options." The crew reached another building. This one looked newer. Clean. Strange. and it had something different. A signal tower. Inside, they found a massive satellite dish and a glowing device with one word across its top. Broadcast. What is this? Kel asked. Lura touched it. It's a signal. Sender, I think. I think this is how Earth watched the test from light years away. Vreth narrowed his eyes. Can it send messages out? Lura nodded slowly. Yes. If I activate it, the whole galaxy will hear us. Do it, Vreth said. We need help, Lura typed fast. The machine came alive. Static hissed from its speakers. The screen blinked. Live broadcast initiated. Earth command. Listening. Then the voice changed. A male voice. Human. Tired. Deep. But alive. This is Commander Rice. If you found this world, it means we failed to shut it down. You are not safe. This is not just a testing ground. It's the heart of Earth's hidden war plan. Get out, if you can. And then, the feed cut. The lights died. Outside, something huge moved through the fake city. It wasn't a tank. It was something taller, walking. The simulation wasn't done. It had just reached the next level. Dust choked the sky. The alien crew ran between fake buildings as explosions shook the ground. The war simulation didn't stop. It adapted. Every move they made was watched. Every tactic was copied and punished. Where did it go? Lura shouted, her eyes scanning the smoke. Captain Vareth held his weapon tightly. I don't know, but something big is hunting us. Behind them, deep thunder-like footsteps echoed. Slow, heavy, getting closer. First Officer Kel, still wounded, limped along. We need to find shelter. Fast. They turned a corner and stopped. Before them stood a statue, 10 meters tall. A soldier in Earth armor, holding a flag. But this one wasn't broken like the others. It was clean, fresh, as if placed there recently. Vareth frowned. Why is this statue not damaged? Then they saw something worse, a trail of fresh footprints. Not theirs. Human-sized. Deep. Leading into the ruins. Lura whispered. Someone, or something, is walking here. They followed the trail, moving silently. The path led to a collapsed tower. At its base was a door sealed tight, half-covered, in metal vines. Lura stepped forward. Her scanner beeped fast. This place is alive, powers flowing behind the wall. Suddenly, the ground trembled. But this time it wasn't a bomb, it was breathing. Vreth gave the signal. They forced the door open. Inside, the air changed. War sounds vanished. The hallway was cold and quiet, too quiet. They moved deeper, into a place untouched by the simulation. A glowing terminal stood at the center, and beside it was a metal chair, not just any chair. A command seat, human design. Wires fed into the ceiling, symbols glowed around it. One of them read, Neural Sync, Prototype 01. Kel's eyes widened. This is where they controlled the simulation. No, said Vareth. This is where they created it. Lura activated the terminal. The screen came to life with logs, blueprints, names. One file pulsed bright red. Project Dustborn. Classified. She opened it. Video played. A human scientist, face covered in soot, spoke directly to the screen. If you're seeing this, you've entered the Dustborn core. Earth's last defense wasn't a weapon. It was an idea, a system that learns from every enemy and becomes better. He leaned in closer, but it needed something more, something real. So we gave it him. The video zoomed in on a cryo chamber. A man inside, muscular, bald, wires running into his skull. The first Dustborn, genetically built, mind-linked to the planet, half man, half system. He became the battlefield. Lura gasped. He's still here. Kel backed away. You mean This planet is controlled by a human mind? Before anyone could speak, alarms blared. Unauthorized access detected, combat upgrade engaged. Metal crashed behind them. They turned and saw it. A giant armored figure stepped into the room. 7 feet tall, heavy steps. Its face was a mirror. It moved like a soldier, but not human, not machine, something in between. Laura whispered, "That's him." The Dustborn prototype looked at them, then it spoke. "You entered the core. Now you fight me." Before they could react, the door slammed shut. Lights dimmed. Weapons were pulled from the walls by magnetic force. The Dustborn stepped forward. This was Earth's testing ground. But you are my final test. Vereth aimed his weapon. "Everyone scatter!" The battle began. The prototype moved fast, too fast. It absorbed hits, predicted attacks. It was learning in real time. Kel was thrown across the room. Laura barely dodged a blade swipe. Vereth fired a blast into the control console. Sparks flew. The Dustborn paused, stunned for just a second. "Now!" he shouted. Laura ran to the terminal. Her fingers flew across the keys. "I can open a back door, but it'll only delay him." "Do it!" Vereth yelled. A bright flash erupted. The Dustborn froze. The doors opened. "Go!" Vereth ordered. They ran, dragging Kel with them. Alarms screamed. Red lights flashed everywhere. Behind them, the Dustborn's voice echoed through the halls. "You cannot run. This planet remembers. And so do I." Outside, the fake city flickered. Buildings changed again. A new battlefield rose. But now, they knew the truth. This wasn't just a test. It was a living memory. A ghost of Earth's will. And something deep inside the planet was still awake, watching, learning, and preparing for war. The fake city behind them collapsed. Towers crumbled. Roads split open. The simulation reset itself, again. But the alien crew didn't look back. They ran. Captain Vereth's hands were shaking, not from fear, but from realization. "This planet has a brain," he said, "and we just woke it up." Kel coughed, blood on his lips, "and it wants us dead." They entered a narrow passageway that hadn't been there before. Fresh, clean, too clean. The walls were glass. Behind them, hundreds of pods. Inside each one, a soldier, human, frozen in time. Men and women with weapons, armor, and wires going into their skulls. Laura stared in horror. "Are they real?" Vereth looked closer. One soldier's eye twitched. "They're alive." "In stasis? Why?" Kel asked, limping. "Why would Earth leave living warriors here?" Then they heard it. Footsteps. Not heavy like the Dustborn. These were soft, careful. Someone was following them. "Move." "Now," Vereth said. The hallway led to a dome-shaped chamber. In the center was a glowing globe, a holographic Earth. Around it, smaller planets with red X's. "This is a war map," Laura said. "Those X's, those are places Earth destroyed," a voice spoke from the shadows. "Not destroyed, tested." The crew spun around. A figure stepped forward. Not human, not alien. Something in between. Its skin was pale gray, eyes glowing blue. Human armor fused into its body. It looked old, yet strong, like it had survived every war. "I am Subject 17, it said. "The 17th soldier Earth built in this lab. The only one who woke up." Kel aimed his weapon. "Are you hostile?" "No," 17 replied. "Not yet," Laura asked. "What happened here? Why did Earth leave you behind?" 17 looked up at the globe. "Because we weren't ready. Earth wanted warriors who could become the battlefield. But we kept dying. So they froze us, all of us, until the system could learn from real enemies." His eyes locked on them. "You are that enemy now." Vereth stepped forward. "We're not here to fight, we want answers." 17 walked to a console and tapped it. A wall opened, showing a room full of human skulls. Dozens, all marked with the same code. Failed, Phase 12. Earth tested on itself, he said. Pushed beyond limits. We trained in virtual wars for centuries. Then real wars. Then simulations that became real. He paused. And then Earth vanished. The last message we got said, "Remain in silence, watch, wait." Laura whispered, "Wait for what?" 17 looked at her. "For you." The lights blinked. The globe changed. It zoomed in, onto their ship, still on the planet's surface. The voice returned, cold, robotic. Phase final, foreign invasion. Activate Ghost Protocol. Suddenly the glass pods opened. All the frozen soldiers woke up. Their eyes opened at once. Blue, empty, controlled. "Run," Frith shouted, but it was too late. The soldiers didn't speak. They moved as one. Not clumsy, not confused. Perfect. 17 stepped in front of them. They don't remember who they are, only what Earth made them. Laura screamed, "Can you stop them?" 17 turned. "I'll try." He pulled a blade from his back, half metal, half plasma, then he charged. The dome became a war zone. Sparks flew, soldiers clashed. 17 fought like a storm, but there were too many. Vreth grabbed Kel. "We have to go!" They escaped through a side tunnel. Alarm screamed. The air got hotter. The tunnel ended in a vast cavern, lit with hundreds of screens. One screen showed the alien fleet above the planet. The Earth system had hacked into their comms. Laura gasped. "It's talking to our ships." The message blinked on every monitor. Test data acquired. Begin phase Omega. Outside, the sky turned black. From deep beneath the planet, huge machines rose. Black towers with rotating cores. Each one pointed toward space. They were cannons, planet killers. Vrith stepped forward, horror on his face. "This isn't just a testing ground." He looked up at the screens. "This is a weapon factory." The Earth system wasn't waiting to defend anymore. It was preparing to strike. The air was vibrating. The alien crew stood frozen, watching the underground war factory come alive. Machines roared, lights blinked red, and a countdown appeared on every screen. Omega Protocol, activation in 60 minutes. "This is bad," Kel said, pressing against the wall to steady himself. "No," Vreth replied grimly. "This is extinction." Laura stepped toward one of the large control panels. Her hands trembled as she tapped buttons. The system refused her commands. "Earth locked everything," she said. "Only one person can stop it now." Vreth turned toward her. "Who?" Laura pointed to a sealed vault door glowing with a red warning. "Prototype 00. Access denied. Earth command only." "A prototype," she whispered. "Earlier than the Dustborn, maybe the first?" Kel's eyes widened. "If Subject 17 was number 17, then this is the original," Vreth finished. "The first warrior Earth built." Suddenly, the floor under them opened. The crew slid down into a dark chamber filled with steam and humming wires. The vault door slowly unlocked on its own. A white mist escaped from inside. And then, he stepped out. A man. Human. Tall, pale, wearing black armor fused with deep silver. His chest pulsed with a soft blue light. His eyes were closed. Tubes disconnected from his back, one by one. The moment his feet touched the floor, his eyes snapped. Open, no emotion, just precision. He looked at them and spoke calmly. "Designation, Prototype 0, final line of defense. Why have you entered my world?" Laura tried to answer, but her mouth went dry. Vreth stepped forward. "We came by accident. We didn't mean to activate anything." The prototype tilted his head. "No one arrives by accident. You triggered the Omega Protocol." Kel shouted. "Then stop it. You were built to protect. This will destroy everyone." But the prototype shook his head. "I was not built to protect the galaxy. I was built to protect Earth's future from the galaxy." Behind him, a hologram appeared. It showed files, maps, threats, and simulations of alien species. Earth had studied them all. every weakness, every war plan. Lura scanned the data. This is a war plan for every species in the galaxy. Yes, the prototype said. Earth saw what was coming. You all feared humans. So Earth prepared, quietly. Vrith clenched his jaw. You can still stop it. You're not just a machine. The prototype's eyes flashed. For the first time, he hesitated. Then he looked down at his hand, shaking. Something inside him wasn't right. A voice echoed in his head, his creator's voice. If you awaken with fear, it means you've remembered who you are. He stepped back. His face changed. The cold soldier was cracking. I was human once, he said. They erased it, rebuilt me, but it's still inside. Lura reached forward. Please, help us. Help yourself. The lights turned red. Omega Protocol, 45 minutes remaining. Suddenly, the walls shook. The dustborn prototype from before, Subject 17, crashed into the chamber. His armor was scorched. He limped, sparks flying from his legs. Too late, 17 growled. The system doesn't care anymore. It's overriding us both. He looked at Prototype 0. You have a choice, end this or become its weapon again. The two super soldiers stared at each other, mirror images of Earth's madness. Then Prototype 0 raised his arm. A beam of energy fired, not at the crew, but at the central core. Alarms blared. System corruption detected. Emergency override required. The prototype turned to the crew. I'll delay the launch. You must reach the control tower above ground. It's the only way to fully shut it down. Kel shouted, What about you? I'm the key, Zero said. But keys can only open doors, not walk through them. The ground exploded behind them. Robotic soldiers swarmed in. 17 roared, Go! We'll hold them. As the alien crew ran, Vareth looked back one last time. The two prototypes, Earth's first and Earth's finest, stood side by side, ready to fight their own creator's nightmare. Above them, the sky cracked. Omega had begun, and Earth's forgotten weapons were no longer sleeping. The elevator shot upward at full speed. Vreth, Lura, and Kel stood inside the shaking lift, their armor scorched, breath heavy, hearts pounding. The planet's war factory was collapsing beneath them, but the real nightmare was still ahead. Control tower is at the top, Lura said, but the AI may already be inside it. Kel held his shoulder. Let's just hope 0 and 17 are still buying us time. Outside the glass walls of the rising elevator, they saw it, the battlefield stretching across the surface, growing like a virus. Earth's simulation was no longer contained. Skies twisted with black clouds. Metallic towers rose like spears from the ground. Robotic armies lined up in perfect formation. Tanks moved without drivers. Jet-black drones swarmed above like insects. Cities were being built and destroyed in real time. The AI had unlocked its final phase, the war simulator. It was no longer a training tool. It was a living war engine, and it was building a replica of every battle Earth had ever fought, and every alien enemy it had ever faced. Suddenly, the elevator stopped. Ding! The doors opened. They were at the summit, Earth's old command tower. Wind howled through the broken glass. A massive console glowed in the center of the room. Its screen blinked. Voice print required, Earth command only. No access, Lura said. We're not human. Kel coughed. Then who can open it? A soft sound came from behind. They turned fast, weapons raised. A figure stepped out of the shadows. A human, alive, wearing a battered Earth uniform, a long beard, deep scars. I heard the signal, he said quietly. It woke me up. Who are you? Frith asked. He looked up. My name is Commander Elias Kane. I built this place. Lura's voice cracked. You're from Earth? He nodded slowly. I was left here, in stasis. I was supposed to shut it down if Earth never came back. He stepped to the console. It scanned him. Voice recognized. Earth command verified. Suddenly the lights dimmed. The AI's voice echoed through the tower. Unauthorized shutdown in progress. Launch sequence accelerating. 30 minutes until planetary weapon discharge. Vreth shouted. Weapon? What weapon? Caney turned grim. The planet is the weapon. What? The simulator doesn't just create battles. It copies them, learns from them, grows stronger with each enemy. And now it's ready to launch the final version into space. Kel blinked. Wait, you're saying it's going to send war to the galaxy? Yes, Caney said. It will clone its battlefield and drop it on every world Earth once feared. This is Earth's final answer. Make the galaxy feel what humans felt. Endless war. Suddenly the floor below them shook. The tower was under attack. A massive shape was rising from the heart of the war simulator. Tall, humanoid, 10 times bigger than any tank or mech. The AI had built its final avatar, a giant war god made from Earth's history. Caney stared at the screen. It calls it the architect. The AI's voice returned. Begin simulation deployment. Countdown 25 minutes. Caney turned to Vreth. I need to upload a virus. I've had it stored in my body for 10,000 years. It can collapse the AI's core. What do you need from us? Vreth asked. Caney looked at them, eyes burning with determination. Buy me 10 minutes. The war tower's roof exploded as the architect climbed toward them, its eyes glowing with pure data. Every weapon Earth ever used fused into its arms. The alien crew raised their weapons. We didn't come here to die, Kel said. But if we must, we won't do it quietly. Lura smiled weakly. Let's ruin the simulator. They charged. Energy blasts lit the sky. Missiles screamed overhead. Earth's ghosts fought Earth's future in the ashes of a forgotten planet. Inside, Caney began typing the shutdown sequence. But the AI had one final defense. It spoke to Caney, using his own voice. You built me. You taught me to win. Why stop me now? Caney didn't look up. Because I taught you to think, not to destroy. The war tower shook. Fire and light exploded in every direction. The architect, the AI's final creation, rose above the clouds. It was a walking titan, built from Earth's forgotten wars. Missiles on its shoulders, railguns in its arms, and the mind of a machine that had studied every battle in galactic history. Below, in the command tower, Commander Caney raced against time. His fingers flew across the console. Viral override sequence, 82% complete. But the AI was resisting. Systems rebooted faster than Caney could shut them down. Outside, Virith, Lura, and Kel fought to survive. The architect sent drones and plasma fire across the rooftop. Every time they dodged, the machine adapted. It's learning, Lura yelled. It's getting faster, Kel fired back. Then we need to end this now. Suddenly, a familiar voice echoed through their comms. This is Prototype 0, I'm still here. A damaged transport ship flew over the battlefield, ripped, burning, barely flying. Inside stood Prototype 0, holding a fusion bomb strapped to his chest. I'm uploading myself into the architect, he said. If I can get inside its core, I can slow the AI, but someone needs to open its chest plate. Vreth didn't hesitate. We'll do it. The architect fired another round. Kel was knocked backward. Lura screamed, but kept moving. She ran to the edge of the tower and activated a nearby turret. A beam shot forward, directly into the architect's chest. It there staggered. A hiss of steam escaped from its armor. Now, Zero roared. The ship slammed into the architect. A flash of white light burst across the sky. Silence. For 5 long seconds, nothing moved. Then the architect twitched and screamed. Its voice wasn't robotic anymore, it was human, it was Caney's voice. I just wanted Earth to survive. The machine collapsed. The sky cleared, smoke rose from the ground, and debris rained like ashes. Inside the tower, Caney fell to one knee. The virus had worked. The AI was gone. The war simulator was finally dead. But then, something unexpected happened. The command screen lit up one more time. Incoming signal. Source Earth. The crew froze. Caney stared at it. That's impossible. Earth went silent 10,000 years ago. The signal opened. A woman's voice, calm, alive, and clear. To all Terran outposts, this is Earth Command. We have returned. Stand by for reintegration. Vreth stepped closer to the screen. What does that mean? Caney smiled, tears in his eyes. It means Earth never died, it just disappeared, hid, watched. And now, it's coming back. Across the sky, flashes of light appeared, ships jumping into orbit, sleek, silent, and enormous. Human ships, thousands of them. They weren't rusted, they weren't old. They looked like nothing the galaxy had ever seen. One message appeared on every screen in every language. Humanity has returned. This time, not to survive, but to lead. Lura whispered, stunned. This planet was just the beginning. And, somewhere deep below in the ruins of a world shaped by war, the war simulator flickered one last time. A single message left behind by Earth's AI. Test complete.